What made Jim a special athlete? I think he just was persistent. He was just always a hard worker, in athletics and education and everything. So I'd say his biggest quality is staying in there and doing all the work and believing in his coaches and school and never giving up.
In the summer of '68, before our senior year, he used to drive his Camaro from the St. Gall's neighborhood, 56th and Sacramento, out to Burbank to pick me up. And then we'd go out to either St. Lawrence or Revis and work on the fields and spend a couple hours practicing just about every day of the week. Our senior-dominated team played right into that. We're all striving for one goal, and that was to make St. Lawrence a winner.
Probably the person who made the biggest impression on me, particularly relating to sports and football, is Frank Minnick, the head football coach. Frank Minnick also taught a lot of lessons from his own experiences. He played football for Notre Dame. He wasn't the biggest, and each year he told a story of starting at the bottom of the depth charts and each year working his way up to being a starter. He taught the lesson and made a big impression that you can overcome obstacles, whatever's put in your path through your own hard work, discipline, and dedication. We all go back a long way. Obviously, my brother and Mike is back into the 60s, and we've been close for many, many years. My greatest memory of playing at St. Lawrence came and stands out as during my junior year. It was a night game against St. Philip's. It was my very first play on the varsity. I had really not been in a game before that, and I caught on my first play a 60-yard touchdown pass to give us a lead. I caught several more passes that game and one more touchdown pass.
Showed his speed and agility and great hands. Got behind the secondary and hit him right in stride for touchdowns both times.
All of a sudden, he was in the starting lineup, catching passes and touchdowns. And also remember a few losses they had. He couldn't talk to him for a couple of days. So he loved his team and his coaches and really believed in St. Lawrence and wanted to win.
After that game and after that evening, I was considered a football player. Basically, my life was changed from that night.
His intelligence stood out. He was in the top 5 of our class in grade point.
And I realized he was a pretty smart guy. I always asked him, how'd you get so smart? And he said something like, well, if I'm in the class anyway, I figured I'd do it the best I could. So
I believe he was regarded with a lot of respect. He was one of the guys, but it was the underclassmen who were most looked up to him. I remember that as a underclassman in the wrestling program, Tom Hooley in the induction ceremony last year mentioned the fact that how much he looked up to Jim for his leadership and his dedication to wrestling.
I mean, it's a team sport. No one has individual success without the support and a success of your teammates. I wouldn't be here without all the teammates, and I still consider them close friends. What advice would I give a current football player at St. Lawrence? Be dedicated, that really you can overcome obstacles. And with my own experience, I'd say when you count on your teammates, even one small opportunity, take advantage of it and never give up, because that actually truly was my very, very first play on the varsity football team. And everything has changed and makes great influences to this day.
Let me just ask you all to welcome Jim Balik as the newest member of the St. Lawrence Viking Hall of Fame.